Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. You know, today probably isn't going to be the longest video, it's going to be a short one, but I want to remind you of the importance of teaching kindness to kids. You know, teaching children kindness is one of the most important things we can pass on to the next generation. Promoting kindness starts by being good role models on how we show kindness to each other, ourselves, and how we interact with our environment. I want you to remember, when children are born, they're like an empty glass. And over the course of their childhood, we fill that glass with certain things. Whatever that glass ends up being full of by the time they're an adult, that's who they become. So we want to be good role models, and we want to do the best we can, but we want to teach our children to be kind. It'll just make a better world. Think of all the things that are going on in the world right now. Couldn't the world use a little bit more kindness? I believe it could. You know, being kind can improve other people's lives, and in turn it can increase the well-being of those who practice being kind. You see, the giver always gets more than the getter in this case. You know, promoting kindness in children gives them a skill that will bring them happiness and empower them to make the world a kinder place. And you know, kindness is not to be confused with how well you're liked, but rather how you perceive your behavior towards others. It's about your ability to be empathetic, compassionate, and express genuine feelings. And you know, here's a few thoughtful ways to teach children to be kind. Demonstrate kindness through everyday actions. Show your children kindness by what you do each day. Remember, it's with children, it's not always what you say, it's more what they see, what you're doing. And you know, teaching children kindness begins with teaching them about their emotions. It's okay to be angry. There's a beautiful Mr. Rogers song. It's about getting angry and controlling your emotions. And he says, Mr. Rogers, I just love him. He says, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to have emotions. Sometimes I punch a pillow or scream outside really loud, but it's okay to show emotions. It's okay to be proud. I just love Mr. Rogers. He has such good things to say, but you know what? Inevitably, it's truth and it's real. You know, and teach your children to name and talk about their emotions. Let them know that, hey, it's okay to feel sad, or right now you're feeling angry. That's okay. Show them how to deal with that emotion. Teach them that emotions are a part of being a human being. And it's okay to have emotions, but teach them how to deal with them in the correct way. And it's something that we all are. We're a mix of emotions. It's what makes us human. Teach your children that it's okay, and promote kindness in them by helping them read cues in others. Help them understand that when you're angry, it doesn't mean they have done something wrong. You're feeling an emotion. You deal with it as an adult in the right way, and show them that it's okay to feel that way. It's perfectly okay, but be empathetic towards their feelings. Think of your children less as children and more as little adults. Because you know what? Fear, anger, depression, anxiety, these are all real emotions that are as real to your child as they are to you. Just because they're a child doesn't mean that when they get angry, their anger is any different than the anger you feel when you get angry. And when they're happy, it's the same happiness that you feel. They get the same joy and the same benefits from being kind to others that you do. You see, emotion, I think in our society, we think of children as, hey, you know, you're upset right now, you shouldn't be upset, and we tend to negate our children's emotions. It's really important to let our kids feel and to show them the appropriate way to utilize those feelings and deal with them. Those feelings are as real to your children as they are to you. And you don't want them to to misunderstand the way you're feeling. So explain your emotions to them and why you feel the way you do. It's important for them to understand, and it'll give them cues and help them to decipher the behavior of others in the most appropriate way. Show compassion and interest in others. Don't judge. When you see other people, we tend to judge in our society. I think it's really important to show acceptance. And when we're working with our children, help them to understand that, hey, you know what, that person's kind of in a bad circumstance. Identify if there's a way that we can help them. Show children the appropriate way to interact with others. It's so important to be involved in their lives and to help them understand the world around them. You are the teacher, and they only have you to mold, I guess, their approach towards life. Think about it. It's really, really important. And teach empathy to children by encouraging emotional sharing. Make sure that your children feel comfortable coming to you and sharing their emotions. They may or may not feel that way right now, but you can change that with them by having open conversation. Sometimes you just need to sit down with your child, put your arm around them and say, hey, how you feeling? How are things going for you? Treat them like you would a best friend. You're a parent, you're not a best friend, but you understand what I mean. Attempt to understand the way they're feeling about their lives, about the world around them. And when they give you answers, openly and honestly explain what it is that they're feeling. Give them open answers. Give them honest answers. It's really, really, really important that you do that. It'll teach your children how to be people. And then when they grow up, they'll have the knowledge and information necessary to assist them in being successful. And finally, teaching children kindness is actually kindness in itself. Helping them learn about their feelings, getting them to talk about how they feel, and acknowledging your child when they're being respectful and kind towards others is very, very important. We're building the next generation, and it is our responsibility to set the right example and to be involved in our children's lives. I'm asking you to do this for me today. Go and hug your kids. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them how they're feeling. And then explain to them what's going on in the world around them and answer the questions that they have. Most importantly, be involved and be kind to them. Friends, I know if anybody can do it, you can. I care about you. I think you're so amazing. And I know that you have the right skills to be able to be patient enough to sit down with your children, care about them, love them, and teach them the right things. It's just being a good person, and it's all about being a human being. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow with some really great stuff. Take care.